Flirting with seasonal average temperatures today. More about that coming up for you in just a moment.
Right now, this morning, the ceasefire with Iran is holding for now. We'll tell you what both sides are warning this morning. Congressman Van Orden touting tax relief for seniors, what's in the bill and who qualifies. And city leaders considering a plan to reopen the North Side Pool for the upcoming season.
Streaming 24/7 on the News 8 Plus app. You're watching News 8 Now this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Thursday, April 9th. It is 6 a.m. Good morning. We will start by sending it over to Art for a check on our forecast for the day. Unfortunately, more winter weather.
Yeah, a little bit coming our way as we get into it, mostly along I-94 and northward of that, but we'll see some rainfall sneak in later on as we go into the evening hours and nighttime as well. Hey, take a look at what's going on. Currently 36 degrees out there for La Crosse. Feels like 28 degrees, so it's a few degrees cooler on your skin here and there. 36 for Eau Claire, where you're looking at 28-degree wind chill out there as well. The wind's kicking up just a tad bit, up to about 25 miles per hour or less. We get into Winona, you're now 36 degrees, feeling like 29 degrees out there currently. And of course, it's fairly quiet despite having a little light breeze out there. Rainfall all the way down to the south is moving over Lake Michigan as that happens. That's what we picked up last night. More clouds are starting to fill in as we get into the area as to the north. And eventually for us here, we're holding on to mostly clear skies. But they're going to keep some mostly clear skies eventually today. Well, we're going to increase the clouds as it works a little bit closer to us. Most of that moisture all the way in towards between Rapid City as well, going towards all the way by Bismarck. That's going to start working its way into our region, starting that snowfall there. That's going to be headed our way with rainfall starting to pick up at a little pace as well. You're going to see some of that come up from the Gulf and working its way toward us. That's a little system that's going to have a little bit of shower and storm activity there, but it's also going to bring in a low risk of severe weather for us here as well, or less. We'll be seeing that continue on as we go through the day. Temperatures in the 30s widespread, as you can see, I should say for currently right now. As we get into how this all shapes up, the wind chill will make you feel a little bit cooler on your skin just by a few degrees, but you're getting into the morning hours where you'll see temperatures in the 30s and the 40s, and eventually you'll see some clearing skies holding on to more clouds on the way for Eau Claire, and then sunshine will prevail for the better part of the day. Wind gusts will get up to about 25 miles per hour, so then they'll taper by the time we get in the 10 o'clock hour, holding on to La Crosse by the afternoon. Mostly cloudy skies are on the way with temperatures in the 50s. You'll also see Eau Claire getting into temperatures in the 40s and around 50 degrees for you. Rainfall, well, that'll start to make its way in closer, but you'll see highs today 47 to about 58 degrees, and that rainfall tracks in as we go through the middle portion of the evening commute and beyond. Be safe and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Art. La Crosse's North Side Pool could reopen this summer, but just for one season. City leaders are considering a plan to use $90,000 in federal interest funds to open and operate the pool this year. It closed last year after funding was cut, and a long-term fix would cost more than $900,000. The current proposal would only cover the upcoming season.
It does not add any new borrowing to the budget. It does not eliminate anybody's position. It creates jobs for young lifeguards. It creates a space in La Crosse, a safe space, and we're all looking for that.
The Finance and Personnel Committee takes up the plan tonight before it goes to the full council. Leaders are also exploring a separate long-term option for a new indoor pool. And La Crosse City leaders meeting tonight on a contentious issue, the future of the town of Campbell. La Crosse Mayor Spivey calling a special meeting to discuss Campbell's bid to incorporate as a village, a move the state has already approved, but La Crosse has resisted. Tonight's meeting starts as a closed session at 5:30. It could move to an open session. Viola residents can weigh in tonight on a road and bridge project along State Highway 131 and US 14. That will run from 5 to 7 at the community center. The ceasefire, meanwhile, with Iran is holding for now. Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu warning their militaries remain ready if Iran does not follow through. Jarrett Hill has the latest.
New threats from President Trump overnight amid a fragile two-week ceasefire with Iran. On social media, he warned that U.S. military ships, aircraft, and personnel will remain in place in and around Iran, and that if Iran doesn't fully comply with the agreement, then, quote, the shooting starts bigger and better and stronger than anyone has ever seen before. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was more blunt, warning that Israel's finger is on the trigger. The rhetoric comes as Iran has accused Israel of not honoring the ceasefire deal over its continued attacks on Hezbollah fighters in Lebanon. Pakistani negotiators who helped broker the deal say it covers Lebanon. Israel and the White House disagreed. Iran responded by restricting the passage of oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz, a key sticking point for President Trump.
I think this comes from a legitimate misunderstanding. I think the Iranians thought that the ceasefire included Lebanon, and it just didn't. We never made that promise.
Vice President J.D. Vance is set to represent the U.S. in talks with Iran this weekend in Pakistan to work out a long-term peace agreement.
The president has all the cards here. We've got a lot of leverage.
A commander-in-chief who is truly in control would never have gotten into this colossal mess.
Congressional Democrats say they'll again force votes to rein in the president's war powers. Previous attempts were unsuccessful. Jared Hill, CBS News.
The two-week ceasefire announcement sent U.S. stocks soaring and global oil prices sliding yesterday, but there's no relief at the pump. With prices so far, they're hitting $4.16 an average for a gallon of regular gas. Meanwhile, Minnesotans took to a bridge in St. Paul last night to call for an end to the war. Protesters gathering on an actual bridge saying they hope their presence encourages others to join the movement.
I think it's difficult to have hope with this presidency because he changes his mind so often. We cannot assume that our work is done, because if you let up for even a second, he's turning it around and he's saying something completely different.
They say they worry the current ceasefire won't hold. Pam Bondi won't testify in the Epstein probe. The Justice Department saying her April 14th deposition subpoena no longer applies because she was fired as Attorney General before the date arrived. The accused Gilgo Beach killer now admitting to the crimes. Rex Heuermann changing his plea to guilty yesterday in a Long Island courtroom, admitting to murdering 7 women near Gilgo Beach and causing the death of an 8th. Heuermann had maintained his innocence since his 2023 arrest.
On behalf of my mother, I accept this plea.
I'm thankful that we came to a conclusion that brought peace to everybody.
Heuermann now faces sentencing in June and is expected to spend the rest of his life behind bars. A developing story, a U.S. woman missing in the Bahamas. Now her husband is in custody. Bahamian police taking the 59-year-old into custody for questioning after he told authorities his wife, Lynette Hooker, fell off of their boat over the weekend. The search continues near Elbow Cay. Lynette's daughter says her mother is an experienced swimmer and her stepfather's story doesn't add up.
For one, I don't understand how she got the key. Brian's always driving.
In an online post, Brian Hooker said he made desperate attempts to reach his wife. The Artemis II crew is almost home, now on day 8 of their journey. As we take a live look at NASA's Artemis tracker, the astronauts are set to splash down tomorrow with a Navy ship already in position for their retrieval. The crew reflecting on their historic journey as they make their way back home.
We live on a fragile planet. In the vacuum in the void of space. Our purpose on the planet as humans is to find joy, to find the joy in lifting each other up.
CBS will air the return live tomorrow at 7:07 p.m. Congressman Derek Van Orden making a stop in West Salem, touting tax relief for seniors in President Trump's new budget bill. The legislation eliminating taxes on Social Security for 88% of seniors and offering individuals over 65 an additional $6,000 deduction through 2028.
Folks built our nation, and I don't want our seniors wringing their hands at night worrying about paying the bills because they have to pay taxes on something that I don't think they should be paying taxes on to begin with.
That $6,000 deduction is available to single filers making under $75,000 a year or married couples under $150,000. New details emerging about the cyber attack in Winona County. News 8 Now's Grace Monk breaks it down.
County officials say they discovered the attack on Tuesday. Several agencies, including the National Guard, are now looking into the matter. The county says their systems were targeted by a ransomware attack. Those systems are now offline, and the Minnesota National Guard is working to protect sensitive data. This is the second attack in Winona County this year. One cybersecurity expert says governments are often targeted by cyber criminals.
There's a lot of important data that counties are holding. So a lot of people's personal records, personal information that can be used for fraud. There's always the possibility that they just did it to hold it for ransom, and they're hoping they'll end up paying some amount of money for them to let them back into their own data.
The attack is not impacting emergency services. The county says they're investigating the incident and additional details are not being released at this time. In Winona, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
The time now is 6:09. Still ahead on your morning news, the ceasefire is boosting Wall Street, but gas prices still climbing. And another warning about your taxes. We'll have that and more coming up.
You've heard of blind dating. How about blindfolded dating? I'm Bradley Blackburn with the startup that aims to combat the superficiality of swiping to look for love in a different way.
The Spring Refresh event is happening now at Furniture, Decor & More. Refresh your home or create a whole new look and save up to 30% store-wide. Style, comfort, and big savings are waiting for you. Furniture, Decor & More in Westby and Boscobel. Stop in today.
Get ready for the Spring Gift and Craft Show at the Onalaska Omni Center. Shop more than 100 of the best gift and craft vendors in the area. Entry is free, but we are accepting non-perishable food donations. Don't miss the Spring Gift and Craft Show.
A storm damage message from Knutson Roofing. If the roof on your home, business, church, or school was damaged by recent storms, call your local roof repair expert, Knutson Roofing at 715-ROOFING. Trust a local company with thousands of references to fix your roof, not the drive-through town companies that show up after a storm. Knutson Roofing. Local, dependable. Did we say local? Call 715-ROOFING today.
Welcome to Hotel 44 North, where history, nature, and hospitality meet. Nestled in the heart of downtown Winona, our boutique retreat features 76 elegant rooms, including 24 spacious suites with kitchenettes, perfect for weekend getaways or extended stays. Step outside to river views, bluff-top scenery, downtown shops, and scenic trails. Inside, enjoy luxury rooms, a pool, and sauna, all backed by our best rate guarantee. Unwind in our cozy lobby or sift craft cocktails at Latitude Bar and Lounge. Hotel 44 North, your place in Winona.
Ready to find your college fit? CVTC's Spring Open House is your chance to explore careers, discover programs, and see what's possible for your future. Join us Thursday, April 16th in Eau Claire and River Falls. Try hands-on activities, meet instructors, and experience the programs that lead to in-demand careers. Whether you're graduating soon, took a break from school, or are ready for a career change, there's a path for you at CVTC. Register at cvtc.edu/spring.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and US Cellular have joined forces. And now that we've combined networks, T-Mobile covers more places than ever before. America's best network just got bigger. Join now and your plan price is guaranteed for 5 years.
Get ready for the Spring Gift and Craft Show at the Onalaska Omni Center. Shop more than 100 of the best gift and craft vendors in the area. Entry is free, but we are accepting non-perishable food donations. Don't miss the Spring Gift and Craft Show.
The Spring Refresh event is happening now at Furniture, Decor & More. Refresh your home or create a whole new look and save up to 30% store-wide. Style, comfort, and big savings are waiting for you. Furniture, Decor & More in Westby and Boscobel. Stop in today.
In our consumer news, stocks on Wall Street soared following Tuesday's fragile ceasefire announcement. Global crude oil prices sank below $95 a barrel, but prices at the pump still ticked up, hitting $4.16 on average for a gallon of regular unleaded gasoline yesterday. And a reminder, you have less than a week left to file your taxes. If you haven't filed, you can file for a 6-month extension, but you would still have to pay what you owe by April 15th or face penalties. And Ford is recalling more than 420,000 vehicles over a windshield wiper problem. The wiper arms can break, reducing visibility and raising crash risk. Affected vehicles include certain Super Duty trucks, Expeditions, and Lincoln Navigators from model years 2021 to 23. Dealers will fix it for free. If you use Tom's toothpaste, you may be owed money. A class action settlement reached after the company was accused of deceptive business practices. Anybody who bought Tom's products between November 2020 and March of this year could qualify. You've got to file that claim by July 6th. Apps are the dominant way people look for love these days, but a new dating startup has a different idea. Participants meet and go on an in-person date without ever laying eyes on one another. Bradley Blackburn shows us how.
So the fact that you guys are just here is everything.
In a hotel bar in New York, Emma Parvin is gathering 10 women and 8 men in separate rooms
This event is all about in-person connection.
for an event called Unseen Connection, where blind dating takes on new meaning.
And we're ready to go.
The singles don blindfolds before sitting down for their first conversation with a potential match.
We're taking one sense away, but it heightens so many more things.
This is such a crazy experience. I don't know. What do you think?
Each date lasts 15 minutes with no peeking. Men are even escorted to their tables.
I find myself closing my eyes and actually being like way more intentional with my conversation.
It's an idea straight from reality TV.
You're a beautiful person. I don't have to see you to say that.
There's Netflix's Love is Blind and decades before, The Dating Game.
If you were my glasses, what would I see when I looked through you?
Unseen Connection started in Europe. Parvin is helping bring it to the U.S. in partnership with her own dating startup, Radius.
You cannot tell someone's essence in a photo or even a video.
One Forbes survey found 80% of people who use dating apps feel burned out by them. A big complaint, the superficiality of swiping.
Do you like to travel?
I do, actually, yeah. I just came from Japan.
Joe Melendez says even without his eyes, he found more here than on apps.
It's fun because now you're exploring like different territory. It's not just sight, it's just like actually trying to connect with someone.
3, 2, 1, blindfolds off.
At the end of the night, everyone gets a glimpse that can challenge assumptions.
I was picturing him with like curly long hair and kind of like young, and he didn't look like that. He had short hair, super cute guy.
Looking for love in a whole new way. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
That's a look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to Art now. He's got an update on our forecast.
All right, on the way over towards areas by Menominee, let's take a look at the traffic. Currently, you're seeing, again, mild conditions out there right now. Everybody's doing quite well. You're seeing folks take their time. A little light wind out there right now, but that'll back down as we go to the next couple of hours, holding on to 39 degrees. Feels like 30 degrees out there for you currently. How about this, though? 10 miles of visibility for you. Right back up to Onalaska. Similar conditions, 10 miles of visibility. 36 degrees, feels like 28 degrees out there. You're looking at humidity about 64%, and dew points about 25. We'll go right over to areas by Toma. This kicks in. You're going to see at least 38 degrees. Feels like 37 degrees. 9 miles an hour winds that are light currently. The traffic's doing quite well with those big rigs kind of doing their thing. How about this, though? We get to La Crosse. You're looking at 36 degrees. Feels like 28 degrees there. And as we go right over Eau Claire, you've got a little bit of flag kind of flapping there with the wind still kicking in with some increasing clouds right now. We'll hold on to 28 degrees for the wind chill. The temperature's about 36 degrees. And over in Winona, 36 degrees. Feels like 27 degrees. So they've kind of started their wind chill. We'll hold on right now for everybody else. 32 degrees all up to 36 degrees currently. You know, all the way over to Richland Center, though, you're looking at 42 degrees. You have to scratch your head on that one. Holding on to how this all shapes up, you have increasing clouds up above I-94 as that continues on all the way northward. Then we'll see more clouds start to work their way back down to the south along I-90. Then eventually you'll see more clearing of skies getting up to areas along I-94, and it'll flip-flop the script. You'll see some of those folks holding on to more clouds as we finish out the afternoon going into areas down along I-90. Hey, what we've got going on, dry conditions right now. This system continues to track out, but this frontal boundary is going to stall right over Iowa right there. And as it does, it's going to allow a lot of the snowfall to start to make its way across and getting into areas along the northern tier of our state as well as along I-94. Now, we'll also find ourselves getting into rainfall starting to track in as well as that kicks in. That'll be mostly along the southern tier as you can get right into it along the state here, getting towards our southern portions of I-90. Holding on today, though, you get into this, we have 47 degrees all the way up to about 58 degrees, mostly 50s stacked in the center of the state here, getting right back into our forecast as we hold on to how this all shapes up. We increase temperatures gradually once we get past Friday, and they continue to vault all the way up into about 23 degrees above seasonal averages going into the weekend. We're looking at 70s to near 80 degrees possible in those days going into Wednesday and Tuesday as well. Hey, we'll hold on to how this all shapes up for Eau Claire. You're looking at temperatures to be above seasonal average for tomorrow and then beyond gradually. And then opening as we go up into the weekend, we're going to continue to ramp up those temperatures for you. How about this, though? Rain rainfall. It's a possibility today of that happening. Again, about a 40-50% chance of that happening. Getting into another chance coming back for Saturday. It goes all the way from Saturday in the afternoon to the evening. Is about an 80% chance going all the way through Sunday night, and all the way to Monday and Tuesday as well. Now, on and off, we may see a few showers and storms kind of come and go, but they'll be with us all the way to Wednesday, possibly in the forecast. So as this shapes up, we start out with the showers down to the south along the southern tier, kind of brushing areas by Prairie du Chien, Boscobel, as well as Richland Center. And we may even see a little bit of that light snowfall I told you about, kind of brushing the northern tier, as well as kind of scooting by over the areas along Eau Claire. But that's a very light chance of that happening. And it could also be maybe a light mix of rain and snow, but we'll also see some of that rainfall try to get over to La Crosse as well. So we track to see how this all goes into fruition. Friday, we'll have temperatures in the low to middle 50s, pretty much for everybody. Then once we get out of that, we'll hold on to some rainfall coming in for Saturday morning around the 9 o'clock hour, going all the way into the afternoon. As it does, we see light to moderate rainfall kicking in the forecast, and that continues all the way as we go all the way, and it strengthens up again as we go all the way into Saturday night. You can see more of that coming back again as you roll right back into from the Twin Cities back to Eau Claire with more showers on the way. We could see up to maybe 2 inches or less in the forecast, leaning into how this all shapes up, getting into this, where temperatures are in the 50s, the upper 50s to around 60 degrees, 70s on the way to near 80s. Be safe and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Art. There they are. Let me hurry up before they take the shot away again. This, of course, is shot inside the Artemis 2 rocket this morning. You see the crew there. They are up and at 'em. Looks like they're doing some interviews this morning as they make their way back to Earth. The splashdown still set for tomorrow. Stay with us. More news is headed your way after the morning sports blitz.
The Brewers hoping to keep their run of series victories going yesterday in Boston, plus the Bucks with hopes of a win against one of the top teams in the East. The Blitz is on the way.
Holman Locker and Meat Market, your place for fresh, quality, local meat. Stock up with our spring meat bundle, which includes drummies, ground beef, chicken, steaks, brats, ribs, and pork chops. Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
This right here is what the experts call a problem.
Today I'm lifting some sunken concrete.
So again, this is simply forming a new layer between the soil and the concrete, and it's expanding as we speak.
That's right.
That's moving.
It's moving.
Son of a gun.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
It's weirdly satisfying.
Isn't it?
Nobody brings you selection and style like King Furniture, your hometown destination for every room in your home. Where else can you find an overstocked selection of sofas, recliners, mattresses, and more, all under one roof? Nowhere, with 0% easy payment plans available. Plus, trade in your old furniture for a discount on new, and we'll even deliver and haul it away for free. Just try that anywhere else. For selection, service, and value you can count on, it's all here at King Furniture.
From the creators of bacon. Applewood smoked ham. Ham and Swiss melts. 2 for $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
Want to save $1,000? Switch to Spectrum and we guarantee you will. Seriously, you can hold us to it. Get free fiber-powered internet forever when you switch 4 mobile lines. Plus, save $1,000 in your first year guaranteed, or we'll cover the difference. That's the Spectrum Savings Guarantee. So call this number now, switch, and save $1,000 on internet and mobile. It's a guaranteed no-brainer.
Stock up this month with Holman Locker and Meat Market's 10-pound sale on chicken breast and chicken leg quarters. And save on whole boneless pork loins and whole pork butt. Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
Okay, let's see. Headlines from News 8 Now? Check. Live updates all day? Check. Local breaking news? Yep. Weather every 10 minutes? Yes, please. Well, that was an easy choice. News 8 Plus. It puts the now in your day.
Welcome into the Blitz. Well, with a handful of guys nicked up, either on the injured list or with a day off to recover, the Brewers were hoping others could step up yesterday and help the crew win their 4th straight series to start the year. Shane Drohan making his debut with Milwaukee and in some trouble in the 3rd. Bases loaded in a full count, and the southpaw surrenders a walk to Wilson Contreras to make it 1-0 Red Sox. Then later in the frame, Boston's hottest hitter, Wilyer Abreu, going to hit one at David Hamilton at second, but it takes a bad hop and Hamilton can't field it cleanly, and Abreu ends up safe at first, and Boston doubles their lead. Then in the 7th inning, Trevor Story going to lift one out to left field for a single to plate another, and the Brewers drop their first series of the season. No shortage of scoring between the Twins and Tigers yesterday. Big first inning for Minnesota. Josh Bell drops one into shallow left field, and Luke Keyshaw is going to score to make it 3-0 Twins. Then the next batter, Matt Wallner, he takes Framber Valdez's pitch and loops it down the line in right field, and it stays fair. Victor Caratini scores easily to make it 4-0. Now Detroit would plate 6 runs in the 6th and 7th innings, but the Twins hold on for the 8-6 victory. Bucks taking on the top team in the East, the Pistons, last night. First, it's Ryan Rollins knocking down the mid-range J to cap off a 14-2 run by the visitors. Bucks down big after half, though, but here it's Rollins somehow finishing with the offhand to cut into the deficit. Then it's the young guard, this time dishing the rock as he spots Ousmane Dieng for the easy flush. But the Bucks fall and drop to 31-49 on the season. They'll face the Nets on Friday for the home finale and wrap up the season Sunday against the Sixers. That's going to do it for your Morning Blitz. Hope you'll swing by again later this evening.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. Tuesday night is rib night. Get a half rack of barbecue ribs with baked beans, coleslaw, and cornbread for only $23.99, plus $1 off craft beer. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
Your Touchstone Energy Cooperative belongs to you. We're owned by the members we serve. Together, we're part of something greater, a dedication to empowering our community and the people who call this place home. Because this power belongs to you. That's the cooperative advantage. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
Welcome to Black River Furniture and Cabin Outlet. Shop our huge selection of upholstery by Ashley, Catnapper, and Best Home Furnishings. Sleep better with our selection of double-sided, hybrid, or all-foam mattresses. Adjustable bases and bedroom sets available. Set your dining room up with a new table, chairs, bar stools, or counter height available. Throw down a rug to complete any room. Scatters, 5x8s, 8x10s, and more. No gimmicks, no corporate hassles. Open 7 days a week. Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
When choosing the right gear to cut, trim, or mow your yard, Ace has all the power you need to get the job done right. Because gas or battery, your local Ace is the destination with the best power brands all under one roof, like Steel, Ego, Milwaukee, Craftsman, and Toro. And with free assembly and delivery, or ready for pickup in just 15 minutes, conquering your outdoor projects has never been easier. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
You ever see the sign above the highway? The number of people that have been killed on the road?
Hey, go, go, go!
My wife, my son, and my unborn child were killed by a distracted driver. They were more than just a number.
Together, we're stronger.
Western works side by side with local employers to provide career-ready skills.
Together, we make a difference.
Western's 90-plus programs go hand in hand with today's job market.
Together, we're vital for our communities.
Our region's exceptional industries rely on Western grads. We're all in this together.
Together,
we are Western.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. Tuesday night is rib night. Get a half rack of barbecue ribs with baked beans, coleslaw, and cornbread for only $23.99, plus $1 off craft beer. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
A beautiful start to the day leading into the possibility of flirting with seasonal average temperatures. More about that coming up in just a moment.
Right now, this morning, the ceasefire with Iran is holding for now. We'll tell you what both sides are warning this morning. And Congressman Van Orden touting tax relief for seniors, what's in the bill and who qualifies. Plus, city leaders considering a plan to reopen the North Side Pool for the upcoming season.
Streaming 24/7 on the News 8 Plus app. You're watching News 8 Now this morning.
Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Thursday, April 9th. Good morning, everybody. Just about 6:30 a.m. We'll start by getting a check on our forecast for the day with meteorologist Art Jarrett. How's it looking out there? Looking beautiful, I can see.
Pretty much right now. It's clearing skies out there currently for now. We'll also hold on to a beautiful view of the folks out there doing a little bit of commuting to work right now. Traffic is fine. Folks are doing quite well. It's a very quiet morning, holding on to a little breeze getting up to areas by Eau Claire. We're looking at a light breeze holding on to about 20 miles per hour to 25 miles per hour. That will also subside once we get into the 10 o'clock hour to 11 o'clock as well, tapering down. We'll also find ourselves getting into a bit of a wind chill there. It feels like 28 degrees out there. We'll also hold on to this frontal boundary stalling. That cold front there all the way over in Iowa, that will continue to stay with us, and that will usher in more of that moisture coming in from the west, where you're seeing that snowfall trying to get over portions of I-94, as well as rainfall kicking down to southern portions of I-90. Now that will continue as we go right into about the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock hour, all the way to about 10 o'clock. We should be done. You see a low risk of severe weather, I should say a non-risk of severe weather working over areas down to the south along I-90, and that will usher in some light to moderate showers with the possibility of a light flurry or two working around areas by Eau Claire and northward in the forecast region. How about this though? Right now we're looking at temperatures widespread in the 30s, but it feels a few degrees cooler on your skin as due to the wind chill. You can see that going on all the way into the 11 o'clock hour. Then it starts to come back to par. We'll hold on to at least the morning planner showing us 30s and the 40s as we finish out with clearing skies, holding on to increasing clouds for Eau Claire, as you can see, and seeing at least partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies to get into the afternoon. We'll hold on to at least 20s in the forecast. You can see right now for the winds as we roll right into the afternoon. You're looking at mostly cloudy skies for everyone. Be safe and have a wonderful day.
La Crosse's North Side Pool could reopen this summer, but just for one season. City leaders considering a plan to use $90,000 in federal interest funds to open and operate the pool this year. It closed last year, you may remember, after funding was cut. A long-term fix would cost more than $900,000. The current proposal only covers the upcoming season.
Does not add any new borrowing to the budget. It does not eliminate anybody's position. It creates jobs for young lifeguards. It creates a space in La Crosse, a safe space, and we're all looking for that.
The Finance and Personnel Committee takes up the plan tonight before it goes to the full council. Leaders are also exploring a separate long-term option for a new indoor pool. La Crosse City leaders meeting tonight on a contentious issue, the future of the town of Campbell. Mayor Shondell Washington Spivey calling a special session to discuss Campbell's bid to incorporate as a village, a move the state has already approved, but La Crosse has resisted. Tonight's meeting starts as a closed session at 5:30, but could move to an open session. And Viola residents can weigh in tonight on a road and bridge project along State Highway 131 and US 14. The meeting runs 5 to 7 at the community center. The ceasefire with Iran is holding for now. Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu warning their militaries remain ready if Iran does not follow through. Jared Hill reports.
New threats from President Trump overnight amid a fragile 2-week ceasefire with Iran. On social media, he warned that U.S. military ships, aircraft, and personnel will remain in place in and around Iran, and that if Iran doesn't fully comply with the agreement, then, quote, the shooting starts bigger and better and stronger than anyone has ever seen before. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was more blunt, warning that Israel's finger is on the trigger. The rhetoric comes as Iran has accused Israel of not honoring the ceasefire deal over its continued attacks on Hezbollah fighters in Lebanon. Pakistani negotiators who helped broker the deal say it covers Lebanon. Israel and the White House disagreed. Iran responded by restricting the passage of oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz, a key sticking point for President Trump.
I think this comes from a legitimate misunderstanding. I think the Iranians thought that the ceasefire included Lebanon, and it just didn't. We never made that promise.
Vice President J.D. Vance is set to represent the U.S. in talks with Iran this weekend in Pakistan to work out a long-term peace agreement.
The president has all the cards here. We've got a lot of leverage.
A commander-in-chief who is truly in control would never have gotten into this colossal mess.
Congressional Democrats say they'll again force votes to rein in the president's war powers. Previous attempts were unsuccessful. Jared Hill, CBS News.
The two-week ceasefire announcement sent U.S. stocks soaring and global oil prices sliding yesterday, but no relief at the pump so far. Prices hitting $4.16 on average for a gallon of regular. And Minnesotans taking to a bridge in St. Paul last night to call for an end to the war. Protesters gathering on an actual bridge, saying they hope their presence encourages others to join the movement.
I think it's difficult to have hope with this presidency because he changes his mind so often. We cannot assume that our work is done, because if you let up for even a second, he's turning it around and he's saying something completely different.
They worry the current ceasefire won't hold. The accused Gilgo Beach killer now admitting to the crimes. Rex Heuermann changing his plea to guilty yesterday in court, admitting to murdering 7 women near Gilgo Beach and causing the death of an 8th. He had maintained his innocence since his 2023 arrest.
On behalf of my mother, I accept this plea.
I'm thankful that we came to a conclusion that brought peace to everybody.
Heuermann now faces sentencing in June. He's expected to spend the rest of his life behind bars. A developing story, a U.S. woman missing in the Bahamas. Now her husband is in custody. Bahamian police taking the 59-year-old into custody for questioning after he told authorities his wife Lynette fell off their boat over the weekend. The search continues near Elbow Cay. Lynette's daughter says her mother is an experienced swimmer and her stepfather's story doesn't add up.
For one, I don't understand how she got the key. Brian's always driving.
In an online post, Brian Hooker said he made desperate attempts to reach his wife. And the Artemis II crew is almost home, now on day 8 of their journey. This is a look at their flight path. The astronauts are set to splash down tomorrow evening with the Navy ship already in position to retrieve them. The crew reflecting on the historic journey as they make their way back to Earth.
We live on a fragile planet in the vacuum in the void of space. Our purpose on the planet as humans is to find joy, to find the joy in lifting each other up.
CBS will air their return live tomorrow at 7:07 p.m. Congressman Derek Van Orden making a stop in West Salem, touting tax reliefs for seniors in President Trump's new budget bill. The legislation eliminating taxes on Social Security for 88% of seniors and offering individuals over 65 an additional $6,000 deduction through 2028.
Folks built our nation, and I don't want our seniors wringing their hands at night worrying about paying the bills because they have to pay taxes on something that I don't think they should be paying taxes on to begin with.
That $6,000 deduction is available to single filers making under $75,000 a year or married couples under $150,000. And new details emerging about that cyber attack in Winona County. News 8 Now's Grace Monk has the details.
County officials say they discovered the attack on Tuesday. Several agencies, including the National Guard, are now looking into the matter. The county says their systems were targeted by a ransomware attack. Those systems are now offline, and the Minnesota National Guard is working to protect sensitive data. This is the second attack in Winona County this year. One cybersecurity expert says governments are often targeted by cyber criminals.
There's a lot of important data that counties are holding. So a lot of people's personal records, personal information that can be used for fraud. There's always the possibility that they just did it to hold it for ransom, and they're hoping they'll end up paying some amount of money for them to let them back into their own data.
The attack is not impacting emergency services. The county says they're investigating the incident and additional details are not being released at this time. In Winona, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
In Minnesota, a new push to make e-bikes safer. Yesterday, a state Senate committee considered several bills related to helmet use and speed ordinances. Ian Russell reports.
As the weather warms,
More and more are out and about.
E-bikes and e-scooters. Use is on the rise. Thus, we are seeing injuries also on the rise.
With that comes risks that doctors are warning about.
Since 2023, e-bike admissions have increased by 800%, while e-scooter admissions have risen by 80%.
And one some families know personally.
We never imagined something like this would happen to our family, but all it took was one ride without a helmet.
14-year-old Stella Michaels passed away after a scooter ride in Chippewa Falls 2 summers ago. Her parents, Danielle and Chris, spoke alongside medical professionals Tuesday at Gillette Children's in St. Paul, saying whether it's an e-bike or scooter, kids should wear a helmet.
Make your kids wear the helmet, make it normal, and make it cool.
At the state capitol, several bills related to e-bike safety are making their way through committee.
And I call this meeting to order.
That includes bills related to helmet requirements for kids on e-bikes under 18, speed limit ordinances for e-bikes in some areas, and definitions of e-motos.
We're dealing with a new frontier here, and this is going to take, I think, some deliberation and work to figure out what those thresholds are.
The Bicycle Alliance of Minnesota says they'll always advocate for helmet usage, but says this specific bill is one they can't support, arguing that some may not be able to afford a helmet or religious wear might make it harder to find one.
Helmets are a piece of that, but if you're looking at what's going to accomplish that bigger goal of safety, it's going to be through infrastructure.
A push for safety as the weather warms and this market grows, as everyone tries to figure out the best way to do that.
If raising awareness can spare even one family from the trauma we see in the emergency department, the conversation is worth having.
Coming up in your Buzz Report, Matthew Perry's family finally seeing some justice for his death. We'll have the sentencing of his killer ahead.
The Spring Refresh event is happening now at Furniture, Decor & More. Refresh your home or create a whole new look and save up to 30% store-wide. Style, comfort, and big savings are waiting for you. Furniture, Decor & More in Westby and Boscobel. Stop in today.
Some days, everything goes your way. This is not one of those days. Good thing the Gator XUV can navigate rugged terrain and haul whatever the day demands. Because when work happens, you've got a Gator for that. The Gator XUV, built for every kind of workday.
Conquer every task on your list. Visit Tractor Central. Take a seat and see for yourself why nothing runs like a deer. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
Password 1234.
Incorrect password.
Technology, am I right?
We need a new tech lead.
This is the job for Sponsored Jobs.
Sponsor your job on Indeed and get matched with quality candidates when you need them most. Visit Indeed.com/hire now.
Get Spectrum fiber-powered internet free forever when you switch and add 4 mobile phone lines. Experience the fastest internet and most reliable 5G network forever. And save $1,000 on internet and mobile in your first year, guaranteed. That's the Spectrum Savings Guarantee. Call now or go online to save $1,000 on internet and mobile.
Get an 11% rebate on your interior staining project at Menards. Minwax Wood Finish is a penetrating oil-based wood stain that provides beautiful rich color, enhancing the natural wood grain. Get a quart for a value of $9.78 after rebate. Protect your woodworking project with Minwax Polycrylic Max. It's a fast-drying, water-based polyurethane that delivers maximum durability in one coat for all types of wood surfaces. Pick up a quart for a value of $23.99 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Something wasn't working with my feet.
Was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis.
So I went into the Good Feet store and bam.
They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support.
It really brought me back to being able to be me.
Reclaim the good life with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
Chicken sandwiches are on sale for $3.99 and 8-piece bone-in chicken only $9.99. We got you covered. Quick Trip.
The Spring Refresh event is happening now at Furniture, Decor & More. Refresh your home or create a whole new look and save up to 30% store-wide. Style, comfort, and big savings are waiting for you. Furniture, Decor & More in Westby and Boscobel. Stop in today.
As we get in your local forecast, this is what I have going on for you. Starting out with this, oh, what a beautiful morning Oh, what a beautiful day. Looking pretty good out there, right? That clear sky, holding on to that for now. Eventually, we'll see clouds increase. 36 degrees for La Crosse, leaning into about 28 degrees. It feels on your skin out there right now. West winds, west-northwest winds at 12 miles per hour. Gusts up to about maybe 22 to 25 miles per hour. That will taper. As you can see, the flag here kind of flapping right there. 36 degrees out there for Eau Claire. Cloudier skies, holding on to at least 28 degrees, at least as you can see that right now, how it feels on your skin. You'll also see a few clouds over there by Winona, and looking pretty good for you out there at Earth. That's absolutely gorgeous. Now, as we get into it here, dry conditions right now. We'll see this cold front stall. As it does, it's going to usher in some of this snowfall kind of working into our region, going up to the northern tier of our state, possibly brushing areas along I-94. Well, rainfall will start to move in again. It's starting to work down along the southern tier of Wisconsin. That means we'll get it along areas by Prairie du Chien as well as Richland Center, possible as well in that too. We'll pick up the temperatures though, 47 degrees to about 58 degrees in your forecast, leaning into mostly 50s, pretty much huddled in the central portion of the area there. We'll get right back into it. The temperatures are going to be below seasonal average today, and tomorrow we'll pick them up by Saturday and continue to increase them as temperatures are going to get to 70s and possibly near 80 degrees. We'll hold on to rainfall also getting a part of this as well. Drier for Friday. We'll also find ourselves getting into about an 80% chance of nighttime rainfall kicking in. We'll see that go all the way through Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday and Wednesday. The possibility of this, though, we may be in and out of some of the storm activity as we go through from Monday all the way into Tuesday. This all plays out this way, with this starting out with some shower activity down along the areas. Just as we go through the middle portion of your evening commute, you see it brush areas right along Prairie du Chien as well as Boscobel and also Richland Center. That kicks out. We may even find ourselves at that time holding on to a few light flurries trying to get into the region of that. Try to get down to the ground by areas along I-94 and northward. As that happens, not much will be very much sticking as it gets down to the ground. Holding on to at least 50s widespread in the forecast. We go into Friday, you'll hold on to the possibility of this. We'll get back into rainfall coming back for Saturday. Starts in the early morning around 9 a.m. And eventually it continues to go all the way through the afternoon with light to moderate showers tightening up as it goes along around the 3 o'clock hour into the 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock hour for the evening. You'll see that continue on with some light to stronger winds kind of picking up as well, putting in some good light to moderate rainfall in the forecast there as well. And absolutely it's almost done as we go right into your Saturday, finishing out by the 11 o'clock hour, going all the way into about the midnight hour or so. More showers come back again. We're looking at least a half an inch to an inch or so, an inch and a half or so by La Crosse to Eau Claire. Everybody else in the red is looking up to about 2 inches or less in the forecast. Then we lean into how this all shapes up as you go into it. 50s today, 50s tomorrow, drier for tomorrow as well. We'll get into Saturday. You have a 40% chance of showers in the forecast, leaning into about an 80% chance at night. That continues to go overnight all the way into Sunday with storms coming and going all the way through Monday. Then Monday into Tuesday, we have on and off showers and storms kicking in with temperatures up to 78 degrees, so near 80 degrees. You'll get into Tuesday, 72 degrees as we cool it on down just a tad bit, holding on to 60s for Wednesday with more showers on the way. Drier conditions will be enlisted on Thursday with possible rainfall coming in to end the work week on Friday. Be safe and have a wonderful day.
A judge sentenced a woman to 15 years in prison for her role in the death of actor Matthew Perry. Prosecutors say Josephine Songa ran a high-volume drug operation out of her LA home, targeting wealthy, high-profile clients. Perry was found dead in his hot tub in 2023. The medical examiner ruled the cause was acute effects of ketamine and drowning. In the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni legal battle heading to trial next month, there's already a question about how Baldoni will testify. Lively's team asking the judge whether he'll appear in person or via deposition. The trial focuses on breach of contract and retaliation claims after a judge threw out 10 of Lively's original claims earlier this month. The Oscars have set their next 2 dates, including a historic one. The 99th Academy Awards air March 14th next year, followed by the 100th anniversary show. That'll be March 5th, 2028. That centennial broadcast will be the last on ABC before the Oscars move to YouTube. And a new Pokemon game is changing the way players interact with a long-running series of games. Rick Damigella reports.
Pokemon Champions is setting aside the franchise's RPG elements to focus on battling.
In Pokemon Champions, you'll be able to do the classic turn-based battling that Pokemon fans have come to know and love. It will be the sole focus of this title to recruit Pokemon, train Pokemon, and battle Pokemon with other trainers from around the world.
Dedicated Pokemon players can import characters from previous games into Champions through the Pokemon Home app. But that doesn't mean you have to have played a Pokemon game before.
We've got a recruitment feature in the game where you will essentially go and pick kind of from the Pokemon of the day, and you will be able to either recruit for temporary, or you can recruit them full-time to your team.
Champions will be featured on this year's Pokemon competitive circuit.
If you want to end up competing, at our regionals or even at your local hobby shops, that's something you can do. If you simply just want to play in some casual ranked matches in the game itself, you can also do that.
Pokemon Champions is out now for Nintendo Switch consoles, with a mobile device version slated for later this year. Leveling up in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
Amara is 8 months old. She loves to crawl and snuggle and be with her family.
Happy 8 months to her. And Dash is 8 years old. His mom says he is funny, kind, empathetic, and happy. Apparently he's a good climber too.
And Dick is 88. He recently retired from working as a tree farmer and is happy to spend more time with his family.
As he's doing right there. Happy birthday to you. And if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88, we would love to feature them.
That's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button under the Home tab on our website.
Stay with us. We've got everything you need to know in 5 minutes or less. Your Morning News Now is up next.
Hey, Burleson, coming up on CBS Mornings, our USA to Z series is up to the letter M. And we look at one of the country's most iconic monuments, Mount Rushmore. Plus, our friend Jim Nantz joins us from Augusta as the Masters Golf Tournament gets underway. And the latest castaway eliminated from Survivor will join us in studio to talk about it. That's coming up on CBS Mornings.
While you're busy, your pup can play all day at Top Dog Retreat in West Salem. Safe, supervised fun with friends, plus plenty of exercise and love. Because a tired dog is a happy dog. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
Your furnace is broke, and you've got no heat, and you want that service that can't be beat. There's one place to call, and that's G&T.
Call G&T for the best in air conditioning guaranteed.
Let's get grilling. Save this Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Bacon wrapped sirloins, just $3.99. 8-ounce pork chops, 3 for $5. Our special recipe brats, 10 for $10. John Morrell Franks, just 79 cents. Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, just $1.48. Plus, save on party-size Lays and more this Friday through Sunday. And every day, you'll find the same low prices online as in store, only at Hy-Vee.
The easiest way to furnish your cabin is at Black River Furniture Outlet. Bring the outdoors in with a handmade dining table set, crafted from the finest woods like hickory, walnut, maple, and barnwood. Shop cozy Amish rockers and upholstery, or Wisconsin-made easy sofas with customizable fabrics. Pair it all with a cabin rug, 5x8s, 8x10s, scatters, and runners available. And before you leave, visit the bed shed. Check out our rustic bedroom groups and bunk beds, as well as our Amish office furniture. Open 7 days a week, Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
Thank you so much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
to oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
today a little bit more special. That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
At Top Dog Retreat in West Salem, skip the mess and hassle at home. Our climate-controlled self-serve dog wash is open 24 hours to keep your dog clean, dry, and ready for their next adventure. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
In the TV business, when referring to what's next, we call it a tease. And no one teases local sports better than Ken Kozorowski.
Coming up next in sports, get ready to grapple. The Bucks, Badgers, a battle on the hardwood. Live to fight another day. It's back. The News 8 play of the week. Conference clashes.
And no one covers sports better than Jacob Lenzendorf. The better sports option, News 8 Now Sports. Every weeknight at 6 and 10.
Okay, let's see. Headlines from News 8 Now? Check. Live updates all day? Check. Local breaking news? Yep. Weather every 10 minutes? Yes, please. Well, that was an easy choice. News 8 Plus. It puts the now in your day.
The News 8 Plus app. Local news on your time.
Welcome back. It's 6:54. Time for your morning news now. La Crosse's Northside Pool could reopen this summer just for one season. City leaders considering a plan to use $90,000 in federal interest funds to open and operate the pool this year after it closed last year.
Does not add any new borrowing to the budget. It does not eliminate anybody's position. It creates jobs for young lifeguards. It creates a space in La Crosse, a safe space. And we're all looking for that.
The FNP will take that up tonight before it goes to a full council. And La Crosse City leaders will meet on a contentious issue, the future of the town of Campbell. Mayor Washington Spivey calling a special meeting to discuss Campbell's bid to incorporate as a village, a move the state has already approved, but La Crosse has resisted. Tonight's meeting starting as a closed session at 5:30, but it could move to an open session. Viola residents can weigh in tonight on a road and bridge project along State Highway 131 and US 14. That'll run from 5 to 7 at the community center. A piece of the Eiffel Tower going up for auction. A section of the tower's original staircase dating back to its 1889 opening goes up for bid in Paris next month. The 9-foot piece is expected to fetch up to $175,000 if you've got room in both your budget and your home for that, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, in fact, we'll also find ourselves getting into this today. Temperatures from 47 to about 58 degrees, so you want to get out and enjoy that sunshine while you can. Briefly, we'll get into mostly cloudy skies by the time we finish out the late day hours. 40s, 50s as you get into the forecast, leading into that rainfall kicking in from the 7 o'clock hour this evening all the way into about, say, the midnight hour. There's a very low chance of getting any flurries up along areas right by the northern tier of the state as well as along I-94. We'll also get into Friday where temperatures are still below seasonal average for most. We may see it reach above average for areas by Eau Claire, but you're looking at least temperatures widespread in the low to middle 50s. Then we get into showers coming back again as we go right into Saturday. We'll eventually see as we roll right into it maybe about 1.5 inches, or for some, as you can see in the red, up to 2 inches or less. We'll lean into how this all shapes up for the next few days. After Saturday night, we have more showers and storms coming off and on as we go into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And eventually, we'll see temperatures up to 78 degrees, possibly on Monday near 80 degrees. Yikes. How about this, though? Leaning into Wednesday with more showers and then drier for Thursday. Possibly more showers again coming on Friday for next week.
All right, the April showers have arrived.
Pretty much.
Which is a good sign, right? Sign that spring.
Won't seem to leave.
Yes, get winter out of here. All right, thank you for that, Art. Thank you for waking up with us this morning. We'll see you back here today at noon.